Okay, cool. So as I was saying, I've got a partial t-shirt order in and some people have picked them up. So what I would like you to do, I want to double check the size that you wanted and the color. So do me a favor and just put it in the chat function real quick, the size of t-shirt you want and the color. That's if you've not already picked up your shirt. But and then what'll happen, Chelsea's gonna do me a favor and she's gonna edit this document while we throw stuff in there. So go ahead and put in the chat function your size and color that you want if you've not yet picked up your shirt. Thanks. And then Brian, here in a minute, you're gonna do us a game, right? Lead us in a game. Okay, cool. Give us a preview. What's it called?
Fetch.
Fetch. Okay. All right. Okay. I don't see anyone chatting. Have you guys all picked up your shirts? Okay. I know Morgan and Alyssa have. Okay.
I've picked mine up yesterday.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you did. Okay. Well, I'll send out another, thanks, Matt. I'll send out another email reminding people we're trying to get this set up. Okay. So we're going to jump right in. And after our game, I'm going to kind of preview what we need to do today because we want to move forward despite all the craziness. And I'm excited. I think all things considered, our first campaign went pretty well. So let's, Brian, why don't you go ahead and lead us through this game?
All right. Well, since you're all at home, I'm going to give you a couple items and you're going to have to run and grab them.
Okay.
So these should be items most of you have in your house. But we'll just see who can get back the fastest to go grab them. So we're going to do 3 rounds of this. First one, a plant. So go grab a plant in your house somewhere and then bring it back on screen. Don't move too fast, Morgan and Sophie.
Wood, if this counts.
Kind of. Alyssa has a cactus. Reedner has. I don't know what that is.
We grow a therapist, so if you put it in water, he grows like a plant.
Nice.
Because we're doing a game and I needed to grab a plant, so I grabbed a piece of wood.
You could have brought yourself.
Matthew's kind of disappeared.
No, people aren't plants.
All right. I think Alyssa kind of wins that one because she had an actual plant. Bryce was close. All right, your second item is a jar of oregano.
I should just leave my door open.
Bryce with the oregano first.
Yes. Miles, would you come grab it?
Alyssa's got the oregano.
This.
Sophie didn't move. Morgan's still searching. Oh, you found it. Good job. All right. So, and our last item is the my personal favorite is you just need to bring back a pet of some sort. A pet. Morgan's got her dog. Reedner has Scooby. Matthew has a picture of a dog. Bryce has a dog.
You want to hang on here, Biscuit? Did you just wake up?
Is your camera on?
Yeah, my camera's on.
What are you doing?
We're doing a game where we have to find random things and bring it to the camera.
Alyssa has a dog.
Oh, a
There's
pet.
Sophie's dog.
People that don't have pets. You just run down to the bar.
Just grab Grace.
Grab a random frog. Go grab a fish from the creek.
Wait, do you guys want to take this guitar?
Morgan, I like your dog. I like all your dogs. Doug, what do you have there? Do you have a dog? I can't tell.
potty.
There we go.
I'm gonna put biscuit in the toilet, teach him how to pee.
Don't
He
do
thinks he's a cat.
Why not?
Good boy. Look at that.
I mean, Zoom's always better when there's animals on the screen.
I had to go all the way downstairs. to
Yes,
get
my audio's on. Why?
So Chloe, you didn't want to move?
I got mine.
Oh, there we go. Hey.
I had to carry him upstairs.
Any more rounds, Brian?
That's it. I always like ending with the pets because half of them just sit there with the dog.
I like that. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, guys. So let me kind of preview what we're going to do, and then we're going to do a time of sharing. But so we just finished our first campaign, which was What Helps Me. And we got to do some things we wanted to do. We didn't get to do everything, obviously, but I think the fact that we're able to do a video, we're able to do some social media stuff, I think that was good. And I want to get some feedback about that. But but we're not quite ready to do that yet. I also want to kind of plant in your mind, we do need to talk about our next campaign. And we had originally tried to decide between What Helps Me as a campaign or Trusted Adults. So we can talk again about that, revisit that. I assume we'll want to do Trusted Adults, but I want to get your opinion. And then I want to talk about our meetings moving forward because it'll be a little funky just because, as you know, we're on a hybrid schedule through the end of this month and then through most of March. So I've got some ideas how to do that, but I want to make sure it fits with schedules and it doesn't become too complicated. So before we get to that, though, here's what I want you to do. I want you to write in the chat function. I want you to tell me what you liked most about our last campaign, the What Helps Me campaign. It could be really anything. It could be, maybe you liked a particular post someone made. Maybe you appreciated that we were talking about it. Maybe you liked how it made you feel. Just anything about, I want you to reflect on the campaign and just give some feedback in the chat function about anything that you liked about it. So go ahead and do that. And then if you're comfortable and you want to share with the group, you can do that. I even put mine in there too. All right. So far, these are good. Yeah. Keep them coming, guys. Now I'm jealous I'm not at home and I can't hold my dog. We all got to. So is there somebody who wants to expand on what they typed? You don't have to, but if you feel comfortable, well, I make sure everyone's muted. Make sure you mute yourself. And then if you want to share, go ahead and unmute and just kind of give me an idea of why you shared what you shared.
I'll go.
Okay.
So, I mean, like, not really many people knew about our group or whatever, and like what our point was. So, like, we all kind of learned what we could do better, and like, they learned like what we were as a group. So
Sure,
that's
got
kind
to
of
know it.
a learning experience for all of us.
Cool. Yeah, I agree with that. I like that. Yeah. Anybody else want to share?
I liked the part where we talked about what helped us. And I feel like if we would do that in the class presentations, then it could help someone that doesn't necessarily know how to cope with things. It could give them ideas on how to help.
Cool. Yep. Yeah, I like that part too. I really did. Anybody else? Okay. All the stuff I saw in the chat function was really, really good. I want to do another kind of sharing thing. We had talked before, as I mentioned, about potentially doing the Trusted Adult campaign, and we haven't decided yet if we're going to do that. But just kind of to prepare us, I want you to think about an adult in your life that you feel like you can trust. So go ahead and put their name in the chat feature. An adult you feel like you can trust. Cool. Good stuff. My mama. I like that. I'm seeing the theme of moms, which is you can't go wrong. I like that. Okay. Next thing I want you guys to think about, and feel free to keep typing. What's a common trait in those adults? What is it about that adult specifically that makes them trustworthy? And go ahead and put that in the chat feature. Loyalty, that's good. Easy to talk to, good. Listeners and honest, good, good. You push us. What else? Oh, wow, coming through. Whoops. They listen, and good listeners. Cool. Anybody else want to share? I don't want to move too fast. I want to give you all time. If anything pops in your head, go ahead and throw it in there. Is there anybody, and don't feel any pressure, would like to expand on what they included in our chat? Want to talk a little more about that, explain it.
I will again.
Go ahead.
So my brother, me and him are kind of alike, and like I know that he won't judge me when I talk to him about things, and it's just easier for me to talk to him than I do anybody else because I don't really feel comfortable about talking to him about my feelings. But it's just kind of different with him. So.
Okay. Cool. I kind of understand you. Good. Anybody else? I saw honesty, loyalty. Those were traits that people put in. Listening, good listening. That's a really common trait too. People actually take the time to listen. Those are all good things, guys. Okay, well, we're gonna come back to that here in just a minute. I want to switch over real quick and talk about some nuts and bolts first. And let me move this over here. What I'm gonna do is pull up our calendar. In case you haven't seen our blue and gold day calendar, let me pull it up for you. Okay. Can I share my screen? That's what I want right there. Okay, do you guys see my screen here? Let me make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so we're on a hybrid calendar, or will be starting on Monday. So if you're first part of the alphabet, you're blue. Last part of the alphabet, you're gold. And so we'll have blue and gold days alternating. Typically blue days beginning of the week, gold days the end of the week. And I'll tell you why I'm telling you this. So originally first semester, we had most of our meetings on Fridays. And if we did that, then it would always be a gold day. So my thought, and this is where I want your opinion on, for the next at least couple months, we'll just, I think because things are so fluid, let's just schedule our meetings for February and March, and then we can move forward from there. But I was thinking that we could schedule our upcoming meetings so we would alternate. One time we would meet on a gold day, one time we'd meet on a blue day, next time on a gold day and on a blue day. And what we could do, the days, if you're a gold group and we meet on a gold day, you're able to be there in person. The other group that is not in person can join us via Zoom, and then vice versa. So the next time if we met on a blue day, all the blue folks would be in person in the we'd meet in the middle team teaching room. And then the people who were at home would Zoom in. So the dates, and I'm going to put this in our chat function. In fact, let me unshare. Okay. Here are the dates. And I was thinking, and especially adults, let me know. So Friday 2/12, Tuesday 2/23, Friday 3/5, and then Wednesday, oopsie, Wednesday 3/17. So that goes blue, gold, or sorry, gold, blue. Okay. Can anybody think, and what we would do is we'd meet during our normal lunchtime, so 12:06 to 1:26, and you would attend during your normal scheduled lunch. We're still doing split lunches. So we'd have, the way it would work out is the people in person would be very small groups, and then everyone else would be online. Do me a favor, look real quick at your calendars, and can anyone think of any reason why we could not meet on those days? Would that be a problem? This is weird having you all muted. You can unmute yourselves. I feel like I'm just talking to myself. And I'll follow up with an email too about all this stuff. Seem okay to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, I'll follow up with an email. We'll go ahead and pencil those in from 12:06 to 1:26 on those days. And again, when you're at school, guys, you still have your A/B lunch. So during A lunch, you come on that day, or B lunch, you come on that day. And then I would have a Zoom link open for anybody at home, and they can join for those meetings. Okay, groovy. All right, so let's talk next about our next campaign, because I want to give us time to really think about this. Like I'd mentioned before, we had talked about trusted adult. I'm going to share my screen here. I am here on the website, the Sources of Strength website, and this is an example of their trusted adult campaign. And just wanted to kind of refresh it with you since it's been a while since we talked about it. But the idea is that we want everybody in the school to be able to identify an adult that they trust. It doesn't have to be a family member. It might or might not be a teacher or counselor. It could be really anyone. And the idea behind it is very simply, if everybody has someone they can trust, and especially if you're a teenager and you have an adult you can truly trust and confide in, that means that you're going to be more resilient. You're going to be able to handle challenges better. It's surprisingly how simple this is, but you would probably be surprised how many students don't have someone in their life. And so our goal would be to help them either identify someone already in their life, or if not, help them to find someone else who's a trusted adult. And part of that process for us as a group is also to really decide and brainstorm what makes someone a trusted adult. That's why I asked you to think about that. So what are the criteria, the characteristics that we use? And then if we can get that information out to adults, there probably are adults around you that want to be considered trusted. They don't know that they are or not trusted. and could help us as adults do a better job being trustworthy. And then if we can identify people ourselves that are trustworthy, maybe that gives ideas to other people. Does that make sense? So give me your feedback, guys. What do you think? Do you want to continue this campaign? There's some other ones too we can look at. Tell me what you're thinking.
I think
Feel
this
free to-
would be a good campaign to help people identify trusted adults.
Okay, cool.
I think we could look at like other ones too, like try to keep our options open as well.
Okay. Let me do this. I will. Here we go. I'm gonna try to change the web page. Sometimes when I share and I change stuff, did my screen change? Do you see the different campaigns now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So they have what they call templated campaigns. They've kind of already done all the legwork. I mean, we can do whatever we want, but they've got campaigns they've done before that have really been successful. And so we did, of course, what helps me. We just talked about trusted adults. So we can look real quick at some of these other ones. Getting the word out. How to start teaching your community about sources of strength. So this would be just kind of promoting ourselves and promoting the areas of strength. So this might be one we want to look at too. And remember, we should have time to do another campaign before the end of the year too. Campaigns, I was told at the beginning of this by the Sources of Strength leadership that we typically do about 3 a year. Okay, getting the word out. And I will also send you guys these links so you can take a look yourself. And we don't have to make a decision today. I just want you to think about it. But we will need to make a decision pretty quickly so we can move forward. I am stronger. Let's take a look at that one real quick. This campaign spreads the idea of strengths on the wheel are not static. Just because one area in the wheel isn't strong for you now doesn't mean you can't strengthen it in the future. It's the idea of identifying strengths and growing in those areas. And there's a video here we could watch. You could collect stories from your community and focus on strength. Focus on positive strengths. I like that one. Let me go back here. Thankfulness challenge. Using the power of positivity, gratitude, and mindfulness. So we get people the opportunity, and I think I have some samples of these cards in the packet they sent me of thankfulness challenge. So we can, and it looks like they've got a hashtag set up so we could see how it trends. It says everyone, social media, everyone for 21 days post one thing you're thankful for and hashtag thankfulness challenge in Sources of Strength. I like that. That's kind of cool too. They make some videos. Go back here. Oh, I didn't mean to stop sharing. Let me do that again. Whoopsie. Okay. Campaign materials. We Belong was one I really liked. Oops. There you go. We Belong campaign. Sense of belonging, connection, inclusion, and tolerance. So, one of the things when people contemplate or attempt suicide is because they don't feel like they belong in a group. So we could work on that. And then the last one, I'm not sure what just happened. I have to stop this again. Sorry. Get too many tabs open, I can't navigate. There we go. One more time, share screen. There we go. And then the connect. Purpose of the Connect campaign is to create positive social norming that breaks down codes of silence, secrecy requests, and increase help seeking. Okay. I know that was a super fast. Whoa. Super fast. Talk on it. One more time here. All right, tell me what you guys are thinking. Let me go back and look at the campaigns here. Okay. So let me share one more time. Okay. Give me your thoughts on the different campaign examples.
I think the "we belong" one is kind of cool because I know a lot of people don't really think they belong in like a group or like in like their friend group or something like that.
Okay.
So if we make people actually think that they belong somewhere and that they're worthy enough to do something, then that could help.
Cool. Okay, we got a vote for We Belong. Any other campaigns look interesting?
I like the "we belong" too, because I feel like Shenandoah is such a rural area that there's a lot of more like, I don't know. I feel like some kids get made fun of if they're not like country or something.
Yeah. Well, I do think the current environment, because we're all forced at home, makes us feel less connected. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I love seeing you guys. And when you're home and we are here in the office, you don't feel like a school. I can tell you that. Okay. Any other ones?
Some people are putting them in the chat as well.
Oh, thank you. Let me stop sharing. I can't see the chat one. I think trusted adults or We Belong would both be good. We Belong or trusted adults. We Belong or the sources of strength book. I didn't even look at that one too, but the sources of strength book. Let me pull that up real quick. Oh, it's just a kind of a general getting people engaged in or understanding what sources of strength is. That would have been a good one in the beginning, actually. Okay. Okay. Do me a favor, and this is not binding, but I would like to get an idea of where you're at. Type in the, I'd like everybody to type in the chat function what they, if they had to choose today, their number one and number two choice. And then I'll follow up with those who weren't available and get their opinions too. So do me a favor, type in what you think you'd like to do as a campaign. Put that in the chat feature. We belong, trusted adult. We belong, trusted adult. I'm seeing a theme. All right. Groovy. Groovy. Okay. 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 We belong. Well, I'm thinking maybe We Belong. That's cool. You know what's cool is I did not, when I was looking at these, I didn't anticipate that you'd want that. But it makes perfect sense. So that's kind of cool that that's where we're going to go. I think that is actually really appropriate right now.
I think that's what a lot of people struggle with is they don't really think that they belong in like a friend group or like a sports activity or something like that, because in today's society everybody like expects you to be like athletic and to be a part of a group. So like some of the kids that don't really have friends at school, especially with the hybrid, kind of can connect with other kids and see that they like have stuff in common or something.
Totally agree. Totally agree. There's a saying, you got to have a tribe. You got to have a group. You know, everybody's got to have their people. Okay. Anybody else want to share? I don't think I heard from everybody. Let me look here. I think I've heard from everybody. Okay. I think I've heard. If you haven't voted, go ahead and vote. I think everybody's voted. Okay. I think everybody's voted. Give you a couple more seconds here. Okay. Going once, going twice. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, guys. So I didn't want to take up too much of your time. I know you guys are all, you know, busy doing. I'm sure you're all working really hard in your e-learning today, but wanted to have a quick meeting. So then we will plan on our next meeting just to review will be Friday the 12th. You know what? I'm just thinking here. That's a long time to wait. Do we want to wait that long? I don't know that I want to wait that long. Let me look here. What if we did Wednesday the 3rd? What day is that? Look at my calendar again. Where's my, there it is. Okay. I don't know if I want to wait that long to get started. Could start it colder. Okay. What? What do you guys think about meeting earlier than that? I don't want to meet next week just because iStep is insane. Well, maybe we should. So maybe we should wait just because iStep's crazy next week and I don't know what it'll look like. You guys okay waiting until the 12th to meet again and just communicating via electronics? Is that all right with you? Sounds good.
That sounds good.
Okay. All right. So I will follow up, check your email. Make sure you're checking the Remind app. I haven't used that in a little while, but I'm gonna start using that again. I'm also gonna follow up, make sure I get your t-shirt sizes, and I know I'm preaching to the choir. You guys are probably giving those to people I don't think get quite who aren't able to be with us today. And then we'll get started. Okay, guys, thank you so much for taking time today. I'm gonna go ahead and let us listen to some music on our way out here. Come on. There we go. There we go. Little Bon Jovi. See you guys. Have a great weekend. I will talk to you soon.